Hey, it's August. You know what that means?
Almost hockey time.
Yeah, but July just passed. July is free agency in
Woo!
the NHL. And I'll tell you what, we've got a whole new looking NHL.
For sure.
We're going to talk about it.
Ups and downs, highs and lows, shifting teams, making changes.
Well, I met this girl on a Saturday night. She said, "You coming home with me?" I said, "I'd absolutely love to. But the Avs are on at 3. Hey! Hey! I was sitting in the pub with a jersey on, pint in my left hand, game was on. She said, "Do you ever think of anything else?" I said, "Yeah, who's starting in net?" She rolled her eyes, said, "You're obsessed." I said, "Darling, I've been called much worse." Then somebody scored and I jumped off my stool.
Welcome back to another episode of On the Bench with Beeks. I am Cody Beeks. And once again, this is Hockey Bags.
Woo! No noises today, sir.
No noises. Yeah, we have no SFX, I guess. So just like we were saying at the intro, July 1st has passed, and July 1st is always so fun as the free agency frenzy in the NHL goes crazy. And I believe this year has probably been one of the most busiest, most intense free agency periods that I think I've seen in a long time.
It really has. People are saying it's a once in a generation kind of trade free agency. I mean, like you were saying at the beginning, teams have completely changed.
Completely changed the landscape of the league. Absolutely. I mean, you've got full teams doing a complete overhaul. Or actually, quite a few teams. I mean, players go in places that you didn't think they would ever go. And I suppose we should talk about it. I know we had a conversation a couple episodes ago where I may or may not have been super happy about the Avalanche, and so
we'll see what they've done. Let's see what the lines maybe look like after the free agency frenzy we saw.
We'll do that.
Should we start with the Avalanche?
Might as well start with the Avalanche.
I think that's smart.
So since the last time we talked about that, they had the Svechnikov-LaRue trade for I believe it was Ross Colton, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
Absolutely fucking hated that. Still really dislike it. As Svechnikov, I feel like he's completely just a bum draft pick. Like he has not lived up to his standards so far in the NHL. I mean, I will give you this, that they are both two very young players.
Yeah.
But I am thoroughly unimpressed with it. And I don't even think the last time we talked about it, Val had been traded yet.
No, but yeah, he was. He was one of them. Like it was the day after we had it was the day before we had our podcast that they traded Val because it was on top of everything.
Yeah, well, I mean, getting what not even a first round pick for him, two picks, I believe, that are a second and a third. I may be wrong on that.
You are, and it's a 2026 second round draft pick, and then a 2027 third round draft pick, and a 2028 fifth round. But who gives a shit?
Oh yeah, lovely fifth round. That's gonna be huge for us.
Big change.
Huge. So another underwhelming trade.
Yeah, and then we got Fabian Lysell.
Lucelle. From Boston. Actually, we picked up two players from Boston that are going to be playing in the Colorado Eagles because the Eagles just got stripped of almost half of their roster.
Yeah, Ivan fucking gone.
Which I'm so pissed off about. I loved Ivan Squared.
Agreed. And with a name like that, man.
Yeah, and what we get are two hockey players, 5'8". One of them's I believe Fabian Lysell is 5'8" and 160 pounds. I'm so fucking sick of the Avalanche drafting and trading for undersized forwards.
Yeah.
I am so fucking sick of it. That's all they ever do.
It really hasn't come to fruition. Like, I mean, it really hasn't come to something. Like, even with our defensive choices of smaller D, like we just got rid of Gerard, and now we're bringing in another 5'8", 160-pound dude. Like, I'm 5'8", 160. I know I shouldn't be playing in the NHL.
Yeah.
Like, there's different levels. Like, there's a size difference. It's real.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's it's useless, man. It's truly useless for what we're trying to do. But I don't know. It's just like we've been through this so many times. Tyson Jost, Alexander Kerfoot, Sam Girard. So many of our players have been under 6 foot.
I was just going to bring up, as you were talking about Svechkov and how he's like really has done. Can we say the same for Josti? Like, I love him. I mean, he's an Avalanche guy, but he's never really been a number 10 pick.
We fully ruined him.
You think we did?
Oh, absolutely.
Throwing him in too early or holding him too long?
Throwing him in too early. He really should have had a little bit of more time with development down in the AHL. We absolutely ruined Tyson Jost. But that was at a time where we were pretty desperate for any sort of thing to happen. So
we needed him as a second liner, and even though he wasn't a second liner.
Well, he was supposed to be, but yeah, it just didn't happen. And I believe that the Avalanche absolutely ruined Tyson Jost.
Okay, well, I mean, in some ways that makes me feel better because I always thought Josti was going to be something solid when maybe he might in the future. But I mean, hockey, he's playing in the NHL. He's already a badass.
So we also go out and we acquire Vinny Hinostroza, another undersized defenseman that'll probably stay in the AHL. And then I believe we acquired a couple more. Just we've been basically just like stacking players for the Colorado Eagles.
Yeah, Christian Wolomin,
yeah,
Georgi Merkulov.
Yeah, Merkulov. That's the other player that they acquired from the Providence Bruins. The only thing that they've really done is sign Jaden Schwartz.
Yep. And really, the Jaden Schwartz, I mean, just looking at the projected lineup is, we're both questioning it. I question it. Naz and Kadri being on a wing. People saying they're going to be a second line winger, left winger. I still think he's third center for me. But
what's interesting though is that they actually have on this Daily Faceoff, correct?
Yeah, dailyfaceoff.com.
They what I would probably do is put Nick Law at the fourth line center.
Yep.
And I don't know. I'd honestly sit Svechkov and Leroux, bring up Gavin Brindley for that fourth line, and then stick Kadri on the third line center.
Who would take over the left wing on line 2?
I would have to say I would go Jaden Schwartz.
Schwartzy? So then who would take over Schwartzy's wing?
Pretty much. Stick somebody in there. You know what I mean?
So weirdly, do you think Parker Kelly would have been moved up, or do they keep him on the fourth line for that fourth line?
I think they're going to keep him on the fourth line. Nick Law, Logan O'Connor, and Parker Kelly on the fourth line. That's a solid fucking grinder line right there.
Yeah, and it's truly a fully working line. Like you said, grinding up and down the ice. You don't have to worry about them on either side.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I mean, Nick Law's face-off expertise is going to help that out a lot.
I agree.
And then as for the D, we did re-sign Brent Burns to another year.
Yep, he's back.
Which I'm not super thrilled with. Don't get me wrong. I love Bergsy. I love what he brings in the locker room. He's a great guy, a huge locker room guy. But I mean, with this Iron Man streak, and then how we just completely lost all the gas in the playoffs, and he's going to go for the Iron Man streak again this year. He's going to do the exact same thing. He's going to look great at the beginning of the season, as he always does. And then as soon as the playoffs roll around, he's out of gas and just committing all sorts of just terrible, terrible mistakes because he's got nothing left in the tank.
Yes. Yeah, we had the small talk about this, but for sure, I believe that the Iron Man is holding him back because he's going to go for it, obviously. But if he realizes it's either the Iron Man streak or the potential for a Stanley Cup, and he needs to rest. He's older, and he needs to keep that line of sight because, like we both talked about in the past, him not staying central in that defensive position in front of the net fucked us royally on multiple goals against Vegas specifically. On top of all the other games, but Vegas specifically, we lost because we did not have our defenseman in the center of the net.
Yeah, well, I mean, I went back and watched a few games from the Minnesota series, and it was exactly the same. I mean, it's especially after Manson went down with an injury. Obviously, Burns had to play a little more, play a few more minutes because Kenny Blankenberg and Jackie Shawn isn't going to be playing tons of minutes in the playoffs. So Burns had to step up, and there was tons and tons of mistakes that I kept seeing over and over again. And also we did sign Kulak to a 5-year, 4.5 AAV contract. 5 years for Brett Kulak.
How old is he?
Insane. He's at least got to be like early 30s.
I bet I can click on this shit right here.
Too. Easily. So 5 years, he's going to be either 36 or 37.
32.
So he's going to be 37 when this contract is up. Why? Why so long? That's ridiculous.
I don't know.
It's going to be so hard to dump that contract if Kulak goes downhill within the next couple of years. No one's taking that contract for a 34-year-old, a 4.5 cap hit that has another 2 or 3 years on his contract. It's just ridiculous.
It's not the best of a choice for sure. Especially, I mean, did we see that much success from him to give him a 5-year after coming from the Oilers?
I wouldn't, just purely because of his age, I wouldn't give him that kind of contract.
Yeah.
I mean, Brett Kulak is a stay-at-home, responsible defenseman. But, geez, man, I wouldn't have done it.
Down the wrong path. Well, fuck. I mean, we'll see. I mean, we got the other car signed as well.
Yeah.
He's a AHL player right now.
Oh, yeah.
But he's so I mean, and then our goalies, same goalies, no changes there. And I think the Wedgie's going to keep the first spot. I think he's going to keep it, and it's going to be the battle for if he can keep it throughout the next season.
There's no reason why you can't consider Scott Wedgwood the starter for the Avs at least at the beginning of the season. There's no plausible reason why you could say
just like how we ended the season. He is a starter. He's not a backup. He is a starter. Just because of what happened in the playoffs doesn't mean that changes anything of it. He kicked ass until the end, and it was really the team that failed it. Offense wasn't fucking scoring goals. Defense wasn't sitting in front of the net. So you really can't put it down to him.
Well, Blackwood wasn't anything special in the playoffs either.
No. Exactly. And just because it is strange. Just because Wedgie is always known as the backup, he was getting more heat for doing so bad in the playoffs. But then Blackwood really didn't do shit either. And no heat really came from him. Came to him.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been an underwhelming offseason for the Avalanche in my eyes. A very frustrating one at that. But I don't know. It's not like we lost a ton. I mean, it basically just roll guys. I guess Val, you could say, is a bit more of a bigger loss, even though his offensive game looked terrible last year.
Yeah.
His defense and penalty killing was still fantastic, but when you're on the second line, you've got to be putting the puck in way more than what Val Nichushkin was giving us. So I don't know. It's going to be an interesting season, especially at the beginning. We'll see what Jaden Schwartz has, even though he's an older guy too.
We'll just see.
It'll be interesting for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be. I mean, it's the topsy-turvy that we were talking about. Like, the Avalanche might not be the number one team in the league anymore just because of these crazy-ass trades. So many articles have been talking about how the East is now the center of power. And we'll go into Central one more time. What's another team that you had your eye out either high or low in this trade position? Because for me in the Central, I wanted to talk a wee bit about fucking Minnesota, because they still haven't really signed Hughes. He's still on that delayed contract or that short contract, right? Just for this year.
Oh no, he's a free agent. He's UFA right now.
Oh, snap.
Sign a contract.
Okay, so great position. I think Minnesota's at a point where they're really making choices that they're trying to show Hughes that they're doing stuff, but Hughes hasn't made the choice to stay. So are these trades that they're making now going to hinder them if Hughes leaves? I completely think that they're fucked for the future.
Well, a big one that they did get was Blake Coleman, and Blake Coleman's a solid second or third line center who's going to give you a whole lot of grit and a whole lot of puck retrieving skills for sure. So that's a good spot. And I mean, getting rid of Jake Middleton was not a bad idea at all, especially last year in the playoffs. He was extremely unreliable. So they did drop off a few draft picks as well for Blake Coleman and Oli Mata. I'm not sure how much playing time Mata's going to get, especially if Quinn Hughes does sign. But they do have to sign him.
Fucking Daily Faceoff doesn't even have Hughes in the lineup for Minnesota.
Well, because he's unsigned.
I know that's why. So, pardon my ignorance. When does he have to sign by?
Well, if he wants to play next year before the fucking season starts.
So he has to sign before the season starts, or he's sitting there, and then he can sign at a later date or sign for another team.
He can sign on a later date anytime you want, but you don't want him missing games.
True. But if he makes the choice to hold out, he could actually do a holdout where he's not playing any games, and he can then get traded, and then it's.
Players have done that several times. Nico Rantanen had done that.
Did he?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is that right? Before he got traded to Carolina?
No.
Oh shit.
No, that was a couple contracts ago. We had a bit of we had to start playing without him because he had not signed a contract yet.
Damn. Well, I still hope that Minnesota fails. I'm always a number one hater of the Wild, so I'm excited for them to see the downfall.
Don't let your biases take that down.
Get it down. If I had instead of Bender right here, I could have a fuck Minnesota. I think I would work out pretty well.
You got another arm.
Yeah, but that one's, I don't know what's going on there. I was saving that one for the future. Maybe a dog or something.
Get a tramp stamp that says fuck Minnesota.
Or just a huge chest piece. Really shows off the pure hate.
Yeah, I mean, you could, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't even have an Avs tattoo.
Well, if we're going to stay in the Central, I will talk about one team that has actually quite impressed me during this offseason, and that's the Nashville Predators.
Preds.
I mean, first of all, they snake Chris McFarland and Rob Blake for the front office, and as soon as McFarland takes the helm at front office, he's making moves. Grabs Jack Drury and Ilya Lyubushkin.
Got fucking Kerfoot.
Well, yeah, whatever. I mean, if you want a guy that plays 10 minutes a night, yeah.
Solely connections with Avalanche, that's all. You know me. They got Stamkos, O'Reilly, Evangelista was their first line. I mean, that's a solid line. Phil Forsberg in the second line.
You mean Evangelista?
Yeah.
So, yeah, they acquired Jack Drury, Niels Höglander, Ross Colton, Ilya Lyubushkin, and the big one that they got through trade by way of Dallas, Maverick Bork.
Ooh.
And then they turn around and sign him on a big contract.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what, man. They went. Chris McFarland got right to work, and he's pulled in some incredible players to boost the first and second lines, and then to shore up the bottom six.
Yep.
So I'm hella impressed with what Chris McFarland did over in Nashville already.
He's just keeping that streak alive, man. He was a solid GM on our end, and then just shown it's not just the Avalanche that gave him the ability to do it. He's got the skills to pay the bills. And shit, they still have almost $8 million in cap space if they wanted to go wild and do something funky.
And I'm sure we know as good as anybody that Chris McFarland can get pretty savvy with trades.
He can. Can I just point out, just a thought? I don't see Ryan O'Reilly as a first-line center anymore.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, that's just a lineup projection, but I'm just that's a strange starting center for me. I mean, you have I mean,
Who do they have as their second line center right now? I can't see.
Matthew Wood.
Oh, yes, yeah. Then in that case, Ryan O'Reilly is.
It does look like they're a little
first line center.
Looks like they're a little weak in the center division.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of pretty decent players still out there that have not signed contracts. But like I said, Chris McFarland has been known to pull off some very savvy trades. So I don't think Nashville's done.
No, and they are one of the better looking teams at the lower end of the, let's call it, the league for what they've done cap space wise, if you will. They're the lower part, but their team is looking quite stacked for what they still have in the tank of money. Whereas
Sure.
you look at fucking Vegas. Can we just point out Vegas? Vegas' current cap space is negative $8.6 million.
Yeah, they're going to have to be doing some very interesting fandangling. And you know why? I'll tell you right now, that's how they lost Pavel Dorofeyev,
Yes.
who they sent to New York, which in turn, Pavel Dorofeyev signed a huge contract with the Rangers as soon as he got traded over there. So that's that's going to be a hurt because Dorofeyev, 30 goal scorer, he was a huge part of the Vegas Golden Knights last year.
Completely agree.
Gigantic part.
And he's going right into right wing's first line for the Rangers. Boom.
There would be no reason not to, man. Like that,
Exactly.
That man can put the puck in the net for sure. And I mean, huge grab for the New York Rangers.
These are one of the picks we were talking about that really shifted the paradigm of the NHL.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Well, you're seeing a lot of these high-end players switching.
Yeah. It's crazy. So Washington is a team that I kind of wanted to talk about because fucking Das Russian, I forgot his name for a hot second for some reason, but he's re-signed. Did they re-sign
Alexander Ovechkin?
You know it. Did they re-sign
Das Russian?
See, I mean, he is Russian. Yes. So I think that Washington, they got Tuck, they got Strome, they got some really good players. And if Ovechkin is going to be playing on the third line, I think they got some potential. They're another one of the teams that I think is going to show up on that East Coast.
Well, I mean, bringing in Alex Tuck is pretty huge. That's, I mean, he is a little bit on the older side, of course. But, I mean, he is a good addition for sure. I mean, Alexander Ovechkin is not going to be on the third line. He's easily at least second line for sure. But, I mean, they did, unfortunately, lose Connor McMichael, which, I mean, he was a very, very skilled, up-and-coming player that they looked like, seemed like they were going to be farming really well. Not only did they acquire Alex Tuck, they also picked up Jordan Kyrou from the St. Louis Blues, Boone Jenner from the Columbus Blue Jackets, and Vinny Desharnais as on the D. Like that, they have really revamped their lineup too. So I mean, probably for the East Coast, the Eastern Conference, I must say that the Washington Capitals have probably improved the most from just a cursory glance.
Well, and to trade out like Tuck and Kyrou to bring them into their first line, like that's a full new fresh first line.
And Kyrou needed it. Yeah, I think down in St. Louis, he even got scratched a couple of games. So I think he really needed a change of scenery. And I mean, I don't see why he can't, succeed in this on Washington in this environment, if you will.
Yeah, and their willingness to bring in players that are game changers is something you haven't seen from Washington in a while.
Well, they really haven't had to for a while.
Exactly.
I mean, especially like the late 2010s, like they were always a legit contender in the league. So, but as Nicholas Backstrom got hurt and so many other getting Kuznetsovs went to hell with the basically he named the film. I mean, they lost some really important players, Andre Burakovsky being another one of those against the Elves as well. But I mean, you've got different players that have just left the Capitals, and I mean, with what their roster has been the last couple of years, they have been extremely overachieving. So now they add some very legit players. I don't see any reason why they couldn't pop back into the playoffs this year.
I completely agree, and I like how you said that. There was no there's no diminishing what they've been able to do because their team is only growing stronger. So if they were overperforming by increasing their quality, they can only perform to this point or better.
Yeah. And I mean, there are some determining factors here. Ryan Strom's got to be just as good as he's been the last couple of years, and Alexei Protas needs to bring what he brought to the team last year and improve upon it this year. But they did just sign his brother too, so that's what I feel like that might be an extra oomph of encouragement.
Hell yeah, a little boost to play with your bro.
Yeah, the Protasies.
Same with the Hughes is trying to do the same thing, man. He's just trying to.
Oh, I guarantee you that the New Jersey Devils are trying their hardest to get a hold of Quinn Hughes. That is for sure.
I think Quinn Hughes is trying his damnedest to get to the Devils. So he's like, let's make this happen.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, Bill Guerin was quoted in saying "Oh yeah, we'll get this Hughes contract done at the beginning of the summer." And look at where we're at now. He doesn't seem as headstrong about that anymore.
I think I've heard hide nor hair from hair. And also, Hughes has come out and said, I would like to play with my bros.
Of course. I mean,
so
that's, in the grand scheme of things, yeah, that may be something. But right now, I mean, it's not something you should totally look at and say, oh, it's going to happen this year.
What else is holding him, or what's other than wanting to play with his bros and making that the priority? What other reason would he not sign with the Minnesota or something?
Chance to win or stuff like that.
But he thinks he has a better chance in Jersey?
I think you have a better chance in Minnesota than Jersey.
Yeah, so you're correct in thinking of me the only reason that he's not signing with Minnesota is the potential to play with his brothers in Jersey.
That would be it, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Because, he has a potential to maybe win, even though Minnesota realistically is fourth in the Central.
Still, that's better than not making the playoffs.
Be in Jersey?
Yeah.
With adding him. So, I'm on tangent. Never mind. Hughes, I think, is going to be definitely out at the end of or beginning of the season. I think he's going to be traded. I think I think with the Oilers, I think McDavid is going to get traded. Huh?
You mean sign somewhere?
Yeah. Well, because he's an unrestricted. Yeah, so he can't be traded.
No.
So he only can sign. Yeah, so I think he's going to sign somewhere out in either Jersey or somewhere on the East Coast. So I think that's just where he wants to be.
I would say it's probably going to be, if anywhere, it's going to be Jersey or Minnesota. Exactly.
Somebody wild is going to come out of nowhere, like the Islanders or some shit. That'd be nuts.
That would be ridiculous.
Cool.
I don't know. That would be really interesting. Quinn Hughes on the island with Matthew Schaefer.
Yeah,
that'd be fucking nuts.
Because they
have to throw down a lot of money for him, though.
But let's see what kind. Let's just see what teams have a cap space to be able to take Hughes in. Not many. Not many.
No, I wouldn't. Not that are that are in a position to really make some waves.
Exactly.
I mean, Columbus could probably sign him. I would also guess maybe.
Dude, Carolina could.
That's right, Carolina could.
Which is fucking wild.
They have some insane cap space.
Dude, $9 million.
Yeah. Oh well, if it's only $9, well.
They could trade somebody. They could get somebody off the books to be with $10 million sitting in your cap space right now. You could make six.
Oh, it's doable.
Six work. Was he $16 million? You think?
Oh, I would. That would probably be the base.
The minimum. Mm-hmm.
But they're also trying to sign Andre Nikishin right now, and he's asking for about $8 or $9 million. Mm-hmm. So Carolina's got their hands full.
Dude, and they are stacked.
Pretty hard defenseman.
They're stacked too. All right.
Well, they really are. I mean,
they won.
Yeah.
They're the winners.
Makes a lot of sense. Lot of sense.
Yep. All right. So another East Coast team that you want to talk about a little bit because we talked about Washington.
Low. Yeah. I I've been keeping my eye on Montreal as, making the playoffs 2 years in a row. Incredible young core. And I have been noticing that they're looking at trading Arbor Jack Guy. Jack Guy's not going to get much, but, you could bring in at least a better third or fourth liner, like shore up that bottom six with, Jack for Jack Guy, maybe either that or like draft picks. You know what I mean?
And, okay, so they fired the coach, right? Or is he still with them?
Montreal?
Yeah.
No, Marty's saying
Marty's still there because I heard a bunch of, and I hadn't really kept up on Montreal after the playoffs and everything, but I heard like there was some tumultuation between them.
Oh no. San Louis is as good as Golden in Montreal right now.
I agree. I think he's a great coach for that team and for that culture. And he's Montreal, French Canadian. Okay. So they got Sasha Pastujov, probably wrong in my saying. And then they traded Brendan Gallagher for future considerations. Don't know what the fuck that is. They got Maximilian. Ooh, that's a sick way to spell Maximilian. Suber. And for Joshua Waugh, or Roy, whatever way they say it. Brett Bernard for William Trudeau. And then Hunter McCown for Luke Tuck. Those are the trades for this year so far. So they made five.
Real under the table kind of stuff. Like it really is. You're going to see a lot of those guys in Laval. Brendan Gallagher was an interesting one for sure because for the longest time, Valley hadn't been the Montreal Canadian. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's about time. I think. You even saw that post-game interview at the when Montreal was ousted by Carolina. That Gallagher knew that it was going to be his last year in Montreal, which is totally sad. It's a big bummer because Galley was the Montreal for so long.
He was the face.
And future considerations just means like we can consider reacquiring him in the future.
Oh, okay. So, but did he get anything out of the trade for like right now? Like players, nothing. They just like cool. This dude's get him off the books.
If we want to circle back around, we'll do it too.
So it's kind of like, in essence, it's kind of like putting him on the waiver wire, and nobody really picking him up.
Oh well, they're the only one that could pick him up.
Gotcha.
Without giving something back.
Understood. It's a great soccer term for that, but I won't bring it up. The other team I wanted to talk about on the East Coast was Toronto.
Toronto?
There's the huge, they're still talking about, ex-players are now coming out talking about Austin Matthews as the captain. There's already talk of people not happy with Matthews in Toronto as the captain.
What's new?
I know, but like, he is, shit. I'm trying to figure out, like, there's not much happening for Toronto.
They scored Gavin McKenna, obviously, first pick in the draft, which is huge. Gavin McKenna is going to be an elite hockey player.
And let's confirm, you only get the first pick if you suck ass. So
well, they actually got pretty lucky. I don't know how they fucking got that pick because they were way more.
They were fourth.
Yeah, they were pretty bad. But there were worse teams last year. But they also acquired Sergei Bobrovsky, a two-time Stanley Cup winning goaltender, and I think we actually already talked about that. They finally have like a pretty legit goaltender,
primo goalie,
to kind of lay back on, and not to mention Dennis Hildeby, one of their backups, was like probably one of the more shining lights last year for them in net.
Yeah. So from that perspective, it has to be somewhat of a culture thing for them to be sucking so hard. To have Tavares, Matthews, and being almost dead last in the goddamn league.
It's the same shit every year. It's culture for sure.
Why is the culture so? Is it okay? Let me ask the question, and then let me give me my answer. What I think. Why is the culture so shitty in Canada, where there is a lack of belief that they can do anything? Is it because they have the pedigree and the length and the commitment of the fans that they are angry? Or is it just because they think that they should be the best and they should have it as easiest because they're Toronto and because they're Edmonton.
There are a ton of mitigating factors that come into play here. Hockey media in Canada is psychotic and toxic beyond all belief. So anytime a player is not doing well or subpar, they are just being dragged through the mud in Canadian hockey. Mm-hmm. No doubt about it. The Toronto Maple Leafs, specifically, their front office is so fucking crowded, and I know we've talked about this so many times. There are so many hands in the cookie jar that nobody realizes what's going on. Mm-hmm. And they make the worst decisions, and nobody has any accountability in the front office for it.
Yeah. Okay, that's a great answer. So it's a blend of two.
And
you
then
have fans,
and then the actual culture inside the locker room.
Yeah,
it is clearly toxic, and nobody wants to win. It just seems like they want it all just to fall into their lap, and nobody's willing to work.
I love that concept because I think it's the same. I think that truly hits the mark. It's a blend of all three. It can't just be one. It's the fans being hyper fanny, like if they will jump on the bandwagon of the media.
Well, hockey is Canada's game.
Exactly. So they have nothing else. It's like fucking football here. It's what they believe. So then you also have the dichotomy of the front office where you have so many heads making choices with nobody being the top of the pyramid. You could say the same thing about that in the locker room. You maybe don't have that top of the pyramid to either have top-down management, and also bottom-up growth.
Yeah.
Whereas the Avalanche, I think of a great example. Even with Lando being out for years, we still had top-down management. We still knew Lando was the captain.
Yeah, true.
Didn't change shit. You still knew that you could bring ideas up from the bottom and they would be heard.
Well, compare Austin Matthews to Gabe Landeskog.
I don't even know enough about Matthews to do that.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, because all I think of Landeskog is he's a great person. He cares about the city. He cares about people, and he cares about hockey is let's say fourth, because he's a huge family man. He's one of the best people in Colorado to do I don't know what the fuck you call it, but his community outreach is huge. He's built so many different groups and donation centers, all kinds of shit, just because he's him. And then you also bring in the ability to control a locker room that he's had since he was 16. He leads by example, but he has I don't know what the wording is. He
has the spark that everybody likes to crowd around.
He has a light voice, but he has a heavy step.
Well, that's exactly. Well, basically everybody's moss to a flame because of who he is and his presence and his surefoot and just his commitment to the team, to the game, and to everybody around him. That I just don't see that in Austin Matthews.
I agree. I don't see that in fucking McDavid either, over in Oiler country.
No, I don't either. Especially after that, those behind the scenes shows that take you through all of the playoffs and the teams and stuff. You hear Connor McDavid just screaming at his teammates. You think Gabe Landeskog has ever done that?
No, and if he wants to scream you, he'll pull you aside.
Oh,
he'll scream you to the side.
Exactly. He's not gonna single you out if he does have something to tell you. He's gonna come at you like a man, respectfully, and try to figure this out.
Mm-hmm. Not gonna belittle you. Yeah. There's no point, and I hated it when anybody was yelling at me that shouldn't be yelling at me. If you aren't doing your fucking job and you're coming and trying to yell at me about how I'm playing, suck a dick, straight up,
for sure.
Because that will build that animosity in that locker room real quick.
Yeah, bias is a solid. Gabe Landeskog's top captain.
Yeah, I think Gabe Landeskog at any other team would still be one of the captains to try to be.
Absolutely.
No matter where he went, he's just because of the person he is. But I'm so grateful that we went from Super Joe to fucking Adam
to Milan.
to Lando. Like,
Oh, and I've said this before on the podcast. I've talked to Milan about why he gave the captaincy to Gabe Landeskog.
it was the only choice to make.
Exactly. He took one look at Gabe Landeskog, the way he carries himself, the way he speaks, the way he cares about the game. He's like that. He is the only choice for this captain.
Completely agree. Because I mean, it's always tangent on the Avalanche. Sorry, everyone, but it's a true tangent because I just love him. McKinnon would not be the player he is without Lando being his captain.
Not a chance.
He would be similar to McDavid in, I think, his anger and ferocity if he let that get the best of him.
Well, the last 3 years without Landy, you noticed. Even, I mean, yeah, of course, Max putting points up, but it's not the same.
Now,
The team vibe was completely different.
Nate Dogg was off the leash for those 2-3 years.
Well, I mean, he is supposed to be a leader, but like you said, he shows what people need to do on the ice.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that off ice mentality that Landeskog has, for sure.
I think it's a great concept theory right there. Our best player isn't our captain. That should be something that a lot of teams look at.
Yeah.
Because your best player might not be the best person to get your position aside as a team.
That's what Hilly told me on that last team that we had.
It's a great theory.
I was like, because we hadn't picked the captain.
Yeah.
And
I was.
We were. No, I wasn't. I didn't have any. Well, when we still didn't have a captain, I went to my home fun a little bit. I went up to Hilly. I was like, "Hey, why am I making me captain?" And straight up, he's just like, "I don't make my best player captain."
It's a great theory.
Yeah, whatever.
It made you feel good because you were bad at it. Made you were one of our best players, if not the best, because you and Joey were the top scorers.
Yeah, it's true. So, I mean, just a little toot in my horn, but it's true. You don't do that.
And unfortunately, 2 teams that have done that aren't looking that good right now, as we talking about just Canada.
So true.
So, I mean, you could probably perpetuate that across the league as well and point that out as to why Carolina is doing so good in comparison to other teams, because their captain is not Aho.
Yeah, for real. I mean, Jordan Stahl, that's the only choice there, captain down Carolina.
True.
For sure.
Stahly's good, man.
The last thing I want to talk about the Eastern Conference is Brady Tkachuk getting traded down to Florida. And how these pundits and other hockey heads and all this are saying, "Oh, look out for Florida now. Look out for Florida. You got Brady Tkachuk and Matt Tkachuk." That doesn't make your team better. Brady Tkachuk does not make your team better.
We've talked about this.
Yeah.
We've talked about this off the pod and the mystery pods you guys will never hear because technology.
And
Brady
and our own stupid.
Yes. Matthew Tkachuk is going to be, all right, this is me speaking personally. Matthew Tkachuk is going to be the worst thing for his brother, Brady Tkachuk, in Florida.
Yeah.
Him and his brother, when they get together, I feel it's just going to be more of a bro concept. They're both going to get into the position of going back to being the brute. They're both supposed to be skilled players. Brady Tkachuk's skills have grown tremendously since he's been in Florida.
We mean Matthew Tkachuk?
Matthew has grown tremendously.
Yeah. Brady, however, has not.
No, he's degraded even after the Olympics. We won the cup, and then for some reason, why push to that? Like, he added fodder to the fire on the whole political concept of America, Canada. And there was no need for
him. It was all hockey media.
True, but his bro and his dad with their podcast did not help at all.
Oh, are you kidding? No, there's been several insiders and players that said a lot of the fractures in the Ottawa Senators dressing rooms because of that fucking podcast.
If I hit the button right now, I'd be hitting that.
Yeah, right.
Because it's spot on, and to take him out of that and to make him feel like he's getting rewarded to go to Florida is wild to me. You're only perpetuating that side of him, bringing it to now play with his bro. It doesn't make much sense.
It's going to be a gigantic distraction.
I'm happy for it.
Gigantic distraction.
I'm happy for it because Florida scares me sometimes. They've been a solid team for the past 5 years to a decade.
Well, yeah, and Sasha Barkov will be ready to go next year.
Exactly.
But their goaltending has taken a dip with Bobrovsky leaving. So
and they got Jones. How long has Jones been there for a while?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was acquired in the trade deadline, I believe, last year or the year.
Gotcha. Because it was last year because he got out of Chicago.
Thank God for that.
Thank God. Good for him. But I mean,
no, the Kachuk brothers are just going to be a gigantic distraction for the Florida Panthers. I don't see it any other way. And prove me wrong.
I completely agree. You got any teams in the West Coast or Central or Pacific you want to talk about at the moment?
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, Edmonton Oilers finally got a goaltender that's kind of worth it down. Freddie Anderson going to Edmonton from Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
But Freddie is even at his best, he could be pretty bad too. Like he is so up and down and just like playing with injuries. So I don't know, like what kind of Freddie Anderson is Edmonton gonna get?
That is the question. And also like do they believe in the backup enough? Because we know Freddie Anderson gets hurt. So 30-40% of the games are gonna have to be played by your backup.
Back to square one.
Exactly. I'm just gonna look at it, but who
I believe it's still Tristan Jarry.
And they don't believe it.
I think they signed him to a long-ish contract.
I feel so bad for him. Like to go from one team and be like, hey, we're picking you we're trading for you. You're going to be our starter 3 weeks in. Sorry, buddy. Back up.
Play better.
Mentality, dude. The whole thing of mentality, I think, is huge in there. And it can't be that all these goalies are this dog just because when they go to Edmonton.
Just like in Toronto, there's going to be a toxic element in the Edmonton Oilers that are really turning these goalies into basic mush.
Mush bush, dude. There's this. All right, so Edmonton, they got rid of the Nurse,
which is huge.
Huge,
because I mean they've been trying to do that forever. So good on them for that.
That really opened up their cap space like massively.
9.5 off the cap
for a dude who was like what, third liner for them at the end.
Oh no, he's one like top four, but he's not a top four defenseman.
No. So they updated supposedly they didn't really pick up a defenseman to take him out, did they?
They just kind of needed one.
Brought one up. Because I don't know. I know Ekholm.
Ekholm, Bouchard, I believe. Mahatma Doolin, I know that.
What a fucking sick name.
Gosh.
Connor Murphy, Jake Whale, Whaleman, and Ryan Shea.
Yeah, okay, so.
Shea's pretty old now, eh?
Who?
Ryan Shea? Or is that a different Shea I'm thinking of?
I think you're thinking of Brady Shea.
I am.
Yeah, and I mean, Matthias Ekholm's way beyond his years as well, so. I mean, you got two young guys three with Muhammad Doolin, Wallman, and Bouchard, but
this is where I always feel Edmonton fucks themselves.
In the D? Yeah, well, it's
because their offense is so offense. They don't have a lot of players that play that back game as much as, you know what I mean? The two sides of the ice.
Yeah, and their bottom six has been very problematic the last couple of years as well, so.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the biggest thing that Edmonton's always harped on for is the actual depth is really not that deep.
They got two players, and then they got players.
They sure do.
They're trying to do the NBA thing, and that shit doesn't work in the NHL.
No, not at all.
All right. The other team I was thinking about was San Jose, because they did some other things other than Nurse. Didn't they? They got rid of a goalie or something. I'm gonna pull it up right now. I can't believe. I don't think they got rid of a goalie. They got that young goalie because they've got rid of so many goalies. Because we got Blackman, Blackwood. Was he? No, they really haven't done shit.
Yeah, I think Darnell Nurse is one of their biggest ones. I mean, they signed Celebrini to his long contract.
That's the one.
Which I mean would needed to happen because all these offer sheets and stuff going around, you never know what's going to happen within the next 1 or 2 years.
So somebody they do like O'Reilly back in the day.
Or Leo Carlson this year.
Mm-hmm.
And what did Anaheim have to do is cough up $18 million for the next 5 years.
Dude, California has put down some contracts this year.
So there's there goes your fucking cap space, Anaheim. Good luck for that.
It's like top three contracts, like top three high-playing players are in California.
That have played less than 3 years in the league.
Exactly. Crazy.
Yeah.
All right, and then I think one of the last teams that I think we can talk about is Buffalo, man, because the Tuck's gone.
Yeah.
And we were both big fans of the Buffalo's trajectory last year to go to the playoffs out of fucking nowhere. We started calling it in December.
Yeah.
And we're probably one of the earlier ones to call it. We were like, dude, this team is looking wild. So to lose one of the best players.
Yeah, well, the thing about it is that I think Alex Stuck was on his way out in Buffalo.
Mm-hmm. So they maybe got the best play for him possible, like the best amount.
Well, you're going to spend at least $9 to $10 million on Alex Stuck for sure, and you could be doing so much better with that, and especially after losing Bowen Byron to Chicago. That's so you have more cap space to deal with as well. So
true.
I mean, it's it'll be interesting for Buffalo as well, but I don't see them losing too much ground.
So you think they're going to stay in the playoffs? Do you think they're now like one of the East Coast teams to come out of that?
I don't see any reason why they should be going backwards.
I love it.
But it is Buffalo, so
is this this is the hard part? Is this the outlier of the 20 years, or is this now their change? Like,
yeah, it's up to them to decide what's going to happen. So
very good, very good. Is there any other teams you're thinking about talking about or major trades?
I do that trade of Byram to Chicago is interesting.
Let's get it. Pull it up right now. Because the Chicago had some other. They brought back fucking what's his name? Their captain, their old captain.
Oh yeah, Patty Kane signs an $8 million deal, which I mean, everybody's saying that's pretty ridiculous, and I mean $8 million for a glass hit, but it is Patrick Kane, so.
And they got
to have him come back and be, the Obi-Wan to Connor Bedard's Luke Skywalker is probably the best you could the best you could do for Bedard.
That's the only thing you can really see why they would do that, because they're sitting at $2 million for the cap space. So to drop on him, who's what? Let's see where they're.
I remember pretty good payday too. I believe it was somewhere around 12 mil, if I'm not mistaken.
Whoa, let's see. Let's get this pulling up.
But they will be depending on Byron to be top bill. Like we're talking. Starting two.
Yeah, and he had a good year last year for sure.
Didn't have a bad one, that's for
nope.
Sure.
And he seems like he's on the proper side of the concussions. There's no like lingering, because first year he was back, he definitely went back down with an injury of the concussion related items, and then had a full year with the Avalanche of feeling confident, and then got traded. So he's hopefully past the point of the residue hitting him.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, knock on wood for him, just in his general health.
Concussions are the worst. But yeah, good for him. Being an Avalanche, it's always fun to watch where they go.
He's way into a top pair.
Yep.
Top pair needs.
Team believes in him. They're on like an upward trend, so he could help become something new in Chicago.
Yeah, we'll see how she goes for sure.
Yep. And him and Alex Vasilic going to be the top pairing.
Vlasic?
Man, I can't say names.
Yeah, that's all right.
Being dyslexic just doesn't help with the reading.
That's all right. I can't. I've got dyscalculia like you're not a fucking say.
See, I can do your math, and you can do my reading.
Yeah, sounds good.
But yeah, man, like we were saying, topsy-turvy teams. I think the projections for next year, it's going to be fun. It's not going to be, even though what's great about the NHL, it's never the same teams. We might have the same teams over the past 5-6 years that are hitting the finals, but the battle to get to said finals are never the same teams. And that's what I think really makes the NHL so fun. I think that's what made the playoffs last year so much fun, with Buffalo being back in it, the Canadiens being back in it, unfortunately giving Carolina such an easy path to the Stanley Cup.
Anaheim and Utah.
Yep.
Breaking in, so that's pretty cool.
So that
not seeing LA versus Edmonton for the fucking 6th year in a row.
Yep, and the potential for, could this year be the year that Edmonton really doesn't make it to the playoffs, because it could. This is the year for them. Like, this is the make or break. Will they keep McDavid? Will he re-sign to believe that they can do something, or is this the end? Because like we said last year, I think he's going to LA, and I think it's going to happen a while the trade deadline this year. It's going to go down, and he's going to go to LA, and they're going to have the Edmonton versus LA in the playoffs, but he's going to be on the other side.
I'll tell you right now, if Edmonton's not making the playoffs this year, expect it.
Oh yeah, they got to get something back.
Yeah.
Before it becomes fucking Hughes.
Or before July 1st, that second year.
Yep.
So, yeah. So
we got a lot of fun stuff to talk about this year.
Oh yeah, it's going to be an interesting season. Just like I said, the entire landscape has completely changed. So these first couple of months are really going to be, I feel like, are going to be like real interesting with all these teams just feeling out just such like insane changes.
Big changes. This usually doesn't happen like this. This is like
not to this degree. I don't.
Yeah, I think I can't even. Me being my brain, you have a better. Like, there's probably a year in the '90s or the 2000s, but not since the 2000s have we had a trade year like this.
One trade deadline year a couple of years ago, I'd say maybe, I think it might have been 22.
Mm-hmm.
It was insane. It was the most trades ever made on a deadline day.
So like the trade amount was massive.
Oh, it was insane.
But not like the trades that have happened this year.
No,
big trades.
But it's comparable. Both this free agency and that trade deadline. Because it was where the Avs acquired Arturi. That was insane. So yeah, those two are very, very close with each other. I think we covered a fine amount today. I believe. I mean, just like so much more for like even minor stuff that went on that it would just be almost impossible to get to within like a half hour, 40 minutes of this episode. So I mean, as long as things go by, I think we could say howdy and aloha.
Aloha. Adios. Hasta luego.
Hey, Google.
Bienvenue. I don't know anymore. Hasta, guys.
Well, I met this girl on a Saturday night. She said, "You coming home with me?" I said, "I'd absolutely love to. But the Avs are on at 3. Hey. I was sitting in the pub with a jersey on, pint in my left hand, game was on. She said, "Do you ever think of anything else?" I said, "Yeah, who's starting in net?" She rolled her eyes, said, "You're obsessed." I said, "Darling, I've been called much worse." Then somebody scored and I jumped off my stool, spilled my Guinness all over her purse. She likes brunch, I like beer. She likes Taylor Swift, I'm yelling, "Shoot from here." She said, "What do you love in life?" Well, Jesus, that's easy, alright. Says I could have gone pro, but I wrecked my knee. Made you had 4 points in 63. Then there's the beer league hero in mirrored shades, tape on his ankles and custom blades. Shows up late like he don't give a shit, then somehow scores a hat trick. One guy's puking, one lost a tooth, one guy's girlfriend is driving the whole bloody crew. The Sandbonis broke, the refs lost control. But we've got hockey. Now people say hockey's just a game. The those people are idiots. Because where else can a grown man pay $12 for a beer? Scream at a referee!